What's your assessment of your first season in Seattle?
We liked it. Myself, wife, the kids. I was only here a few times playing them, so everything was new. Everything went by so fast. Having not any summer last year, and then having to move here, check the surroundings, get settled in the new home. Baby girl, obviously Mason was born. Flew by. This seems like the fastest year, but yeah, I mean, we enjoyed it. The players, staff, we enjoyed being a part of it. Obviously, we'd still like to be playing, but all in all, minus the playoffs, really good decision for me and my family.
What's the biggest thing that you've taken away from this season?
Playing wise,
yeah.
Consistency, just as a group, I think, you could look back at, again, not making playoffs. There's obviously changes need to be made. But, again, I think the last part of the half, maybe the first part, we were about 500, for the first 15, 20 games. And then, obviously, a little, maybe above, around 500 at the end here. We found our game in spurts. Again, consistency, we needed to find it early, especially with a group like ours. We needed to fight for every game, and there's times where we weren't, times that we slipped, and games that, teams that we should beat that we didn't beat. And again, that just kind of grew out through a long season, and we couldn't get back to it. So things need to be changed. Obviously, playoffs, business-wise, things are going to change. That always happens with losing, and but I think we have a recipe that this group knows how to be successful and win, and everyone needs to come back, after a long summer and a good summer for everyone, in order to get where we need to go.
Brandon, you mentioned the short turnaround, and really you've had 3 years of very little time in between.
Yeah.
And so it isn't the silver lining you asked for that the season is over, but is there something that you could enjoy having a little time to get away?
Yeah, my wife says that. But no, yeah, you look at it, and for me personally and my body, I haven't had a summer of actually like training and in 3-4 years. A couple of years ago I had rehab, and that was a 7-8 month process. So that was huge. Last year, obviously, was 20 games into the season I started playing. Last summer, we had a focus of literally 4 weeks of not even training wise, but more maintenance and making sure I'm right for this year. So it's been a long couple of years, which is what we signed up for and what we want as players. I'd want to be back in that position again for the next, 10 years of playing here. So, to recover and be able to get back to a point where I want my body and the strengths is that, that I want to work on is definitely huge for me as, I get older and my body keeps feeling, better. And, again, it's only going to make me better as a player and help me, in the long run, having some time off and recovery and getting back to training how I want to train.
Coming from a Stanley Cup team to here, whether it's attitude, personnel, is there anything that jumps out at you in terms of what this team could use to get closer to that position next season?
Yeah, I mean, we're a lot younger. Guys got to grow into positions. And again, you can't really compare teams. When I was in Florida, we were in a winning, not necessarily we're not in a winning mentality here, but we were striving for Stanley Cups from the day that I got to Florida. The personnel we had, the elite caliber that we had, is only, I think, a matter of a time for us to kind of reach that. Here, I think we're in a different situation where we do have young guys trying to find roles, trying to find where they fit in, new guys, obviously new coaching staff. Everything was fairly new this year. So I think obviously we started off on a slow start of just really kind of knowing what we had as a group. So I think now guys are finding their way, and now it's time to make a step into that direction. I think we can do that. I believe that we have the core group that can get into those positions, and it's about getting these experiences of being in close games and these rivals, and again, consistency, but we need to start winning hockey games, and that starts now with a long, tough summer for everyone to get right and be ready and be excited about next year.
Monty, you kind of joked in the preseason that you and Stevie had some pretty intense on-ice battles. Both came here. Now that you have a year under your belt, what's your relationship like, and what's it been like to play with him?
Yeah, obviously, his game speaks for itself. I played him enough. Heck of a player, but again, he's such an easy guy to get along with. Easygoing, always smiling, joking around, and for us coming into an organization together, it's kind of cool, and that we can grow together and help this team move along. But two guys obviously that have that experience obviously is huge, and Stevie, what he does on the ice again speaks for itself, but off the ice, his leadership and what he brings. Obviously he's more of a quiet guy, as you guys know, but his leadership and what people see off the ice is huge for this group as well.
Did you have to get through some good-natured chirping?
No, you know what? Again, Stevie's not much of a talker, so it was more probably battle just in his play, and probably me trying to get under his skin, and I don't think anybody can really get under his skin. So all obviously playoffs and all lines can get crossed, and heated exchanges, but I think that's probably from my point, trying to get after him more than him getting after me. So great dude. Happy that we're doing this together.
You were the fan favorite. Did you realize you
Yeah.
made that big of an impact on the fan base?
No, not really. I mean, again, I think you see jerseys in the stands, and to me, just being a new guy, and I think maybe the personality and smiling, and but I just try to bring what I bring off the ice, on the ice every single day, and every time I'm out on the ice, I try to make a difference, and hopefully, winning that, fans can kind of see that, and something cool, obviously, that you can cherish from your first year is had success, and having the fans at least like me.
You mentioned the young guys, and you had a chance to play with them a little bit, but Riker's season from start to finish, where did you see him improve?
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm trying to think, just putting him in my shoes when I was a younger guy. Defense, I feel, is a tough position to learn and be comfortable with everything. But I mean, he does it so easy. He works so hard off the ice, in the gym, on the ice, in practices, his habits, his nutrition. They tell him to put weights. Like, I haven't seen a guy eat 6 to 8 eggs every morning consistently all season. So he does it right. His mentality, off the ice, he wants to get better. And again, that's how I was, and that's how I am. And so we have those comparisons playing with him. Obviously, we help each other. I'm trying to help him along as he goes. But again, he's a good player. He's such a talented player. He's going to keep growing, keep getting better, and happy with how his season's going. He's such a good skater, and when he uses his skating more, it's just trouble for the other teams. And as he keeps going, he's going to keep growing, keep getting better. But happy with how this, I guess, was his first full season, right? So happy where he's at.
Are you glad you vouched for your old pal, Josh Mora?
Yeah. I mean, I think you guys liked him. The team, the players loved him. Hopefully they can figure something out up top, and I think that's obviously out of my control. But I'll keep vouching for him. He's my guy, and happy that we've crossed paths and been together for, obviously, this is 3 teams. So I have a long couple of years here. hopefully gets a stick and does the same thing.
All good? Thanks, Monty.
Thank you
Perfect.
very much.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
Yep.